We will say she killed her husband.
The red dust of the village square clung to Adaze's wrapper as she knelt before Igwe Okonkwo, her tears carving paths through the dirt on her cheeks. The setting sun painted the sky blood red, and the entire village of Umuwara had gathered to witness her judgment. "Igwe, I swear I didn't kill my husband." Her voice cracked like dry wood. "I can swear by anything you want. I am innocent." Igwe Okonkwo rose from his throne, his coral beads clicking with contempt. His eyes, once filled with desire for her, now burned with hatred. "You have brought darkness upon this land, woman. You are banished. If you ever set foot in Umuwara again, we will stone you until your breath leaves you." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Everyone knew the truth that shame kept hidden. Adaze's beauty had been her curse. The elders had circled her like vultures since her husband Obi brought her to the village 5 years ago. When she refused their advances, choosing faithfulness over favor, they made her path thorny. And when Obi died 3 nights ago, found convulsing in their compound, foam at his lips, Elder Ikenna was quick to point his finger. She prepared his evening meal, Ikenna had declared at the emergency council. I saw her grinding something strange in her mortar that very afternoon. When I asked what it was, she hid it quickly and said it was ordinary uziza leaf. But what innocent woman hides common pepper? The coincidence had been damning. The clay pot Adaeze used for Obi's soup was found shattered outside their hut the next morning, and a neighbor swore she heard Adaeze arguing with Obi the night he died, though Adaeze insisted they'd only discussed whether to plant yam or cassava in the new season. Now, as Adaeze struggled to stand, her legs weak with despair, a voice rang out clear as a bell. "Igwe, wait!" Ezemuo, the priestess of Amadioha, stepped forward. Her white chalk marks gleamed in the fading light, and the cowries in her hair sang with each movement. Even the Igwe straightened his back when she spoke. "According to the tradition of our land, anyone who wishes to swear by the gods must be given that chance. Let the gods decide her fate, not mortal men with mortal eyes." The silence that followed was heavy. Every man, woman, and child knew this law. It was older than the oldest Iroko tree in the forest, carved into the very foundation of Umuwara. The Igwe's jaw clenched. His plan was unraveling. "So it be," he said, his voice tight. They took Adaeze to the shrine of Amadioha that very hour. The sacred place hummed with ancient power, and the flames of the ritual fire danced without wind. Adaeze fell to her knees before the stone altar, her whole body trembling. "Amadioha, Chi, and all the gods of this land, if I killed my husband, let me die before the next 7 days pass. But if I am innocent," her voice rose with the pain of every injustice she'd endured, "protect me from this day until my last breath. Fight for me when I cannot fight for myself." The flames leaped high, and a wind swept through the shrine, though the night was still. Ezemuo nodded slowly. The gods had heard. 7 days, she pronounced. "If she lives, she is innocent. Go home, Adaeze. Your fate is no longer in human hands." The first day passed quietly. The second brought whispers. By the third day, the Igwe called a secret meeting in his compound after midnight. "She will survive," Ikenna hissed, pacing. "And when she does, we will be shamed. The people will ask questions." "Then we must help the gods along," the Igwe said coldly. "Make it look natural." On the 4th day, they sent a messenger to Adaze's hut at dawn. "The Igwe requests your presence at the market square. There is a matter of your husband's property to discuss." But that morning, as Adaeze prepared to leave, a strange lethargy overcame her. Her limbs felt heavy as logs. She lay back down, thinking it was grief, and slept until afternoon. When she finally went to the square, she found it deserted, except for Elder Nuosu's son, pale and shaking. "What happened here?" he whispered, pointing. "The old ogbu tree. It fell this morning, right across the square, crushed Elder Okoro's stall. If anyone had been standing there at the meeting time." Adaze's blood ran cold. She looked at the massive trunk, still fresh with sap, lying exactly where she would have stood. On the 5th day, they tried again. Elder Ikenna himself visited her. "Your husband's brother is here from the neighboring village. He's waiting at the river to discuss Obi's debts. You must come now before he leaves." Adaeze set out immediately, but halfway to the river, she met young Obiageli, Obi's niece, running and crying. "Auntie, please, my mother, she's having the baby now and it won't come. She's calling for you." Adaeze didn't hesitate. She turned back, spending hours helping deliver the baby. When she finally remembered the meeting at the river, it was evening. She ran to the water's edge and found fishermen pulling a bloated body from the current. "It's a strange thing," one said. "That palm tree hanging over the river, the one that stood for 20 years, its roots gave way this afternoon, fell right into the water. Anyone standing beneath it would have been pulled under by the branches." Adaze's hands trembled. There was no brother-in-law. There never had been. The 7th day arrived. In the Igwe's compound, desperation filled the air like smoke. "This is the last day," Ikenna said. "After sunset, she is free, and we are finished." "Then we strike at sunset," the Igwe decided, "when she goes to fetch water from the stream. Every woman does this before dark. We'll loosen the rocks above the path. It will look like the hillside gave way, an accident, the gods' judgment." They worked in secret, carefully undermining the stones on the slope above the stream path. Then they waited, watching from the bush. Adaeze came as they knew she would, her water pot balanced on her head. The sun was touching the horizon. The Igwe raised his hand, ready to give the signal to release the rocks, but Ezemuo stepped into the path. "Good evening, daughter," she said calmly, her eyes fixed on Adaeze, but her voice carrying loudly. "You don't need to fetch water tonight. The gods have sent me to tell you your trial is complete. You are innocent. Come with me now to the shrine so it can be proclaimed." Adaze's pot nearly fell. Joy and relief flooded her face. The two women turned back towards the village. Above them, Elder Ikenna, hidden in the bush, lost his balance in his shock. He grabbed the loosened rocks to steady himself. The hillside erupted. Rocks thundered down and screams tore through the evening. Villagers came running. When the dust settled, they found not Adaze's broken body, but 3. Elder Ikenna, crushed beneath the stones, and beside him, Elder Chidi and the Igwe himself, who had rushed forward to pull him free. From Ikenna's dying lips came the confession, bubbling with blood. "Forgive us. We poisoned Obi. We tried to kill her. All of us." The village stood frozen in horror. Their Igwe, their supposed protector, a murderer? Ezemuo spoke, her voice carrying the weight of divine judgment. "The gods have spoken clearly. These men conspired to take an innocent life and frame her for murder. Amadioha demands justice. They must be buried in the forbidden forest where evil men are laid to rest, so their spirits can never enter the land of our ancestors. Let this be a warning. The gods see what men try to hide." And so it was done. The 3 men were carried to the dark forest beyond the village boundary and buried without ceremony, without honor, without rest. Adaeze stood in the village square 7 days later, vindicated but forever changed. The people bowed to her, shamefaced. She looked at them with neither bitterness nor triumph, only the quiet strength of someone who had placed her life in the hands of the gods and been found worthy. "Remember this day," she said softly. "The gods protect the innocent, even when men with power do not. In the years that followed, whenever someone in Umuwara faced false accusation, the elders would tell the story of Adaeze, the woman who swore an oath and was shielded by the very gods themselves, while those who plotted evil were exposed by their own schemes. And every child learned this truth: you cannot hide wickedness from the eyes of the divine.